Hey, Warpugs. So every once in a while, I see something coming out, and it kind of either it triggers nostalgia or something that I myself want to check out very, very badly. In this particular case, this is one of those kinds of situations. One of the first real, extremely memorable um, things that I saw with the SCP Foundation was made by this creator, the Allbranimator, and I know I'm butchering that name, but I even minimized everything now just to take a look at it, just to make sure I wouldn't butcher it, and I know I butchered it. But I remember that particular video. I remember just sitting there watching it, wondering what I was getting into, and beginning to understand more than anything why people of my channel enjoyed, people of my community enjoyed SCP so much. And now, the same creator that made that has created The Young Man. SCP-106. We're going to see the old man as a young man. And no, I'm not going to show you pictures of me when I was like young. We're talking about the old man SCP-106. Oh, wow. So, I know this is going to hit me right in my nostalgia nerve. I still can't believe it was in June of last year that I started down this road in SCP. And I have been glad that I have done it, and I can't wait to go further in. So, in honor of that, I guess you could call this a little late 1 year celebration of me being involved in SCP. Let's take a look at the young man. Let's go. Warpugs, I am expecting great things. Dude, how long do one? Oh. Oh, okay. So he's doing a whole film. Dr. Gears wrote this, okay.
The 18th of October, year of our Lord,
And,
1916.
and I know I've heard this story, but it's animated now, so hooray.
It has been several months since I arrived at the front lines, but it already feels like an eternity here. Life in the trenches is nothing I could have imagined. I try to keep the men's morale up, but it's hard when all I see around us is destruction and death. Today we had another attack from the Germans. It was brutal and bloody, and we lost many good men. I saw many of my comrades fall, and there was nothing I could do to help them.
Huh.
It's a feeling of helplessness that I simply can't shake off. First of November, 1916. The reprieve from the German gun was a relief, but this long quiet is beginning to unnerve me.
Uh-huh.
It's been 2 days since we've seen or heard anything from the other side. Not even our best spotters have seen any activity across no man's land. One of the men, Ainsley, said he heard screams a few nights ago, but I just assured him it was the wind, and our less than cheerful situation playing his imagination.
Maybe the horseman?
Most of the men are glad for some peace. Some think it means the Germans are in retreat. The war may be drawing to an end. Word from command doesn't comfort me, though. It sounds like our company is in the eye of the storm.
Mm-hmm.
One quiet area is surrounded by enough bloodshed and carnage to make one think the world is ending. I haven't told any of my men, though. Best to let them have a moment of comfort. At least, what comfort they would feel if it weren't for him, Corporal Lawrence. Nobody can seem to like Lawrence. We've tried our best, but there is something just not right about that man. You'd think among all this chaos and death, an oddity of character wouldn't be much of a problem. So what if he stares longer than normal?
Oh my god.
Bear-
Okay. I love the little glitches in the animation. I love how the animation seems to glitch. You actually can see him grinning. You actually can see the old man in the young man. You can really see that. Oh god. I'm loving this so far. The small little glitches are just really making the it's really the tail of the tape on this. It's like, if you haven't noticed this yet, keep your eyes on those little glitches, especially when that particular character comes up, because I saw a lot there and I loved it.
Barely sleeps. It would be a miracle for any man to stay sane in all of this. I've seen many crack under the pressure. But Lawrence is just too calm, too quiet. Like he's at peace. Like he somehow enjoys all of this. Ainsley had to change barracks the other day. Said he heard Lawrence muttering something in his sleep that terrified him. Something about his daughter. But he wouldn't tell me any more. 2nd of November, 1916. Well, we're going over the top. Some of us, at least. It's been 3 days since anything was heard from Jerry. Command is sending 15 of us over to scout out their line and see if they have indeed retreated. I decided to ask for volunteers before selecting anyone myself, but this was a mistake. Only one man stepped forward. Corporal Lawrence.
Yeah.
He seemed to have some kind of desire or hunger to venture out to no man's land, across literal hell on earth.
Oh my
I didn't want
god.
to take him, but what reason could I give? I had to reprimand Ainsley for suggesting that Lawrence could make the ultimate sacrifice for king and country. I don't care how unusual Lawrence may be. I will not allow such misconduct between the men.
Maybe you should have.
The 4th of November, 1916. Mary, Mother of God, only with blessings did we make it back from the other side, from that hell. We began our journey across no man's land as quickly and quietly as we could. Never have I ever seen such utter devastation, such misery inflicted on the world. What was probably a pleasant countryside is now blasted into a lifeless wasteland, a sea of wire and rot. We approached the German trench expecting a sudden ambush, but as we rolled over the sandbags we were met with a dreadful silence. The enemy line was completely empty. We of course checked for traps as we explored the trench, but nothing could be found, no signs of life. Not even the vermin could be found. Ainsley quickly pointed out a queer black mold that seemed to be embedded in every crack and corner, giving off a horrid, sickly sweet scent, like rotten fruit. Private Dixon found the first body and managed to cry out before vomiting. A man, or what was left of him, was smeared over the dirt floor. The bones looked old and pitted, and the skull had been crushed open with a tongue stuffed inside.
No. This, so far, is hitting every expectation I have, guys. If it's hitting yours, if it's hitting mine, I know it's hitting yours, okay? Like, this is what we play for here.
We found more remains in the watch post and latrine, each more gruesome than the last. Then we discovered a small hole in one of the bunkers. Corporal Lawrence was the first to investigate. According to Dixon, he was peering in, as if hypnotized, before sliding in head first. The men rushed to his aid, only to be met with silence. Shortly after, he suddenly emerged from the hole, covered in a tarry black ooze, and was insensible. After dragging Lawrence from the bunker, we escaped back to our trench, and the commanders tried to calm us. Lawrence still hasn't told us what happened in that hole.
No, I don't think he wants to. I think Lawrence is A-okay right now. I think he's okay with everything that's going on right now. He's quite comfortable. Somebody just get him a beer, teddy bear, some relaxing music. He'll be fine.
6th of November, 1916. I can't help but notice the change in Corporal Lawrence recently. He used to be so quiet and unsettling, but now he's more talkative than ever, but it seems like the other men wish for his old silence. Some reported the things he says disturb them.
Look at that. Look at the way the face... I love this glitch. I love this glitch. His face is just molding.
They say he talks about the joys of close spaces, the creation and destruction that seems to surround us, and human pleasures missed. Private Dixon told me that he woke up in the middle of the night to find the corporal standing over him. His eyes were bright and flat as silver coins.
No.
The next day, they found Private Dixon snarled in the barbed wire, his intestines strewn about in all directions.
Nope.
15th of November, 1916.
Let's go.
I fear we will never make it back home. After Dixon's death, a strange sickness spread throughout the trench, devouring men's flesh like acid. Previously healthy men woke to find their flesh eaten down to the bone, leaving it blackened and oozing. I witnessed a sergeant being consumed by a living carpet of rats that refused to leave his body, even after being shot.
Those fun and tingly feelings of just absolute nothing good happening here.
They attacked many other men before the body was recovered. We were eventually relieved, but many of us were already wasting away before we even made it to a hospital. Corporal Lawrence was placed in a psychiatric ward after exhibiting signs of extreme mental imbalance, including attempting to assault a nurse, causing her to lose 3 fingers from her right hand and the vision in her right eye.
Bastard.
His behavior grew more unsettling, and he would whisper about endless halls, pursuits in the dark, and flesh laid out like pages of a book.
Yay!
Disappeared from the ward several times, only to reappear several hours later as if nothing had happened. When pressed, he would sing "My Bonnie Lies Over the Sea" in an endless monotone until the doctors left in frustration.
No, you don't leave this guy alone. He needs a hug and a teddy bear and probably a bullet to the head. Yeah, let's...
The air around Lawrence seemed to be tainted with a stale and musty foulness, and incidents of infection, strange sickness, like those that had afflicted our trench, followed him like a cloud. The doctors tried to transfer him multiple times, but bureaucratic confusion hindered their efforts. There were no records of his existence, not even a birth certificate. Throughout it all, Lawrence sat cross-legged on his bed, occasionally humming tunelessly or giggling while reciting the names of his fellow patients.
That glitch.
I can't help but wonder if I'll end up like him, lost in this war and forgotten by the world.
He ain't lost.
26th of November, 1916. Last night, Lawrence and the 18 other men vanished from the ward. It happened during a 5-minute nurse rotation at 3 in the morning. The room was filled with a sickening stench of rust, oil, mold, something else. A sweet rot that clung to the air.
Death.
Thick black swaths of crumbling ooze coated the beds and walls, and patches of it were eating into the floor. At first, we couldn't find any trace of the missing men until one of the nurses moved a bed frame and stumbled upon a sunken depression in the floor and let out a piercing scream. There, arranged in a tight spiral, were dozens of teeth.
It always has to come back to teeth now, doesn't it?
After counting them, the staff realized they were the total number of teeth from everyone in the ward, except for one. Corporal Lawrence was never found, nor were any of my missing men. The incident was quickly forgotten amidst the constant barrage of horrors from the front. However, rumors of a cursed trench quickly spread across the lines. A rumor I knew to be true. We heard stories of strange deaths and disappearing men, found days later, decayed and twisted beyond recognition. And some spoke of a dark figure stalking the bomb-riddled towns and fields of Europe.
Oh. Ah! Dude. Dude. Okay. 106 was the first real time, like, there's been a number of really, like, legitimately evil SCPs that I have come to know and enjoy as being part of the whole SCP universe. SCP-106 was one of the first. Besides The Flesh That Hates, it was one of the first. And it's because he's in so many forms of media that was kind of hard not to know who it was. Also because I'm known as the old man, Larry. Oh my goodness. Guys, I haven't seen anything from this creator since probably the 9th or 10th time that I saw anything from SCP. I was fully expecting something intense here. I was expecting something impressive here, and I was not let down by this at all. I was not let down by any shred of the imagination here, and I am so glad that when I saw this, I automatically knew to go ahead and head to this. When I saw this posted, I knew to go ahead and take a look at this because you guys introduced me to this creator. And he has 5,600 subs. I think that number needs to change. That's my personal recommendation. Guys, go to the channel whose name I will butcher incessantly. Subscribe to him because I am going to watch that. I'm going to check out that Old Man movie as soon as it drops. As soon as I know that thing drops, I want to see it. Because this particular creator, Allbranimator, I'm trying, was one of my first major introductions to SCP. I think I watched a couple of SCPs to begin with, and then it was that. It was his introduction to SCP that I checked out, and from that point on, it's been a continuous series. It's been a continuous thing for me. Guys, go check out this channel. Check out this channel. Support this creator. We need more stuff like this in every single kind of fandom that we have. In every single fandom that we have, we need more stuff like this. All the links are going to be in the description down below. Right next to my own. Including Patreon. Everything else like that. Guys, I'm heading out. War pugs. More stuff like this is needed. I'll catch you guys next time.